So yeah, what I'm holding in my hand is the brand new Motorola Razr Plus 2024 edition. It's a flip phone by Motorola. And if you're following the industry, you probably already know that last year Motorola made a splash with the first edition of this phone because it announced it just like a month before the Galaxy Flip, which was the only game in town.
Yeah.
So you got a competitor and a pretty strong one, but it wasn't perfect. So we had some concerns about it when we reviewed it last year. So I've been playing with this for like a week, and the review is already out on PhoneArena.com. Check it out for all the detail.
Yep.
But first thing that you already mentioned, we have to say is, first of all, this phone looks good. Second of all, the crease in the middle is basically not there.
Yeah.
Like you can barely feel it with your hand. You can barely see it. You can argue it's still there, but it's so minimal that, come on, it's almost like it doesn't exist anymore. It's so good to see this final barrier to the good flip phone experience finally be conquered. This phone comes with a pretty rich unboxing package. So you get a case, a very unique vegan leather case, and you even get a carrying strap, so it kind of transforms into a handbag, and you can carry it around. And I showed it to a couple of girls here in the office, and everyone kind of loved it. It's a pretty cool concept, and you're getting a charger, of course, you're getting a cable, you're getting everything in the box, and this is really good to see. For it costs the same $1,000 as the Galaxy Flip, so the price is the same, but the packaging so much richer in terms of the contents.
It took me a while to get the joke, though. You get the charger, of course, and I'm like, just a few moments later, I'm like, of course. How is it, of course? I mean, no one gets a charger these days.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Of course you do with the new Razr Plus.
Of course, what matters is the phone. And my biggest concern with last year's phone, I reviewed that one as well, that was about the hinge.
Yeah.
So the hinge was kind of, if you hold it at a 90-degree angle, and you just kind of just twist it a little bit in your hand, like you probably would in real life, you'd notice that it would wobble quite a lot, and the hinge didn't feel sturdy.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if the phone actually broke in somebody's hands or not. I don't have this data, but it didn't feel reassuring.
Yeah.
This one, much better. This one feels solid. It's not perfectly steady, but it's very close to that. So it's much more reassuring.
The hinge feels good. Yeah.
The hinge here feels good. And on top of that, Motorola has also added water protection with IPX8 rating. This is the same waterproofing that you get on the Galaxy Flip 5.
His phone.
The front screen covers the entirety of the screen, unlike the Galaxy Flip where you have a little cutout for the cameras.
Yeah.
And here it kind of wraps around the cameras and goes over them. And it's a pretty good screen. You can, it's a tiny bit larger than the previous generation. And you can do everything on it. You can pay, you're just using the front screen. You can use all of your apps. But one thing to note is that in some apps, like for example, the browser, or I used Instagram, the bottom section of the screen is cut off, it's trimmed off very slightly. So you're not quite getting the full edge-to-edge experience for all of the apps. For the camera, for example, you get the full thing, but not for all of the apps. Right. But otherwise, it's a pretty good screen. It's bright enough, and you can even take calls without flipping it open.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, you can check out the full episode. The link is in the description.